guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I created this look that I'm wearing right here. I was actually inspired by this look because I bought this Tartist lip paint in the shade So Fetch the other day at Sephora. I just thought it was really springy and really pretty for the season to come. It's kind of like a pinky corally sort of color. There's a lot more pink in it than orange. Coral is kind of a combo of pink and orange, and there's definitely a lot more pink than orange, but it's such a pretty color. I love it so much. And not to mention, this lip paint is really flexible. It doesn't feel very dry. It feels very wet and hydrating, so it doesn't feel like I can't move my mouth. It's just very flexible and it feels really good on my lips. So loving this. I also wanted to mention this that I got the other day at Sephora. I actually went in, no, not Sephora, Ulta. I went into Ulta to purchase Laura Geller's Gilded Honey, and I swatched Laura Geller, and then I walked around the store just to make sure that that's the one highlighter that I really wanted. And I actually ended up swatching this here, and I absolutely loved it. I think it looks way better, way prettier than the Gilded Honey shade. So I am just really loving this a lot. And since I ended up doing like a corally kind of look, I actually ended up using this blush shade that came with it. I didn't purposely do that, but that's what I ended up using, and I really love it a lot. I have actually never even used this brand before. I honestly have never even heard of it. It's called Mally or Molly, M-A-L-L-Y. I would say Mally. I'm not sure. But anyways, I've never tried it before, anything from this brand, so I was really impressed with it, and the next time I go to Ulta, I'm going to try to check out some other things that they've got and see if I enjoy anything else. And the last thing that I just wanted to briefly mention is this Morphe, I think it's 09F, let me double check. I'm sorry, it's the 06F. But anyways, it's so pretty, it's super pigmented, I mean, look at that. And it's so creamy. It feels so good. I would honestly compare it to my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I would say that the Kat Von D is more creamy, but I would say the pigmentation is almost the exact same. So anyways, if you're looking for a really inexpensive highlight and contour palette, I would highly recommend this palette right here. I think it's like not even 20 bucks. I want to say $18 or $19. So anyways, I just wanted to mention those really quick because I picked those up and I will be using them in the video. And I just wanted to mention that I've really been loving all of them. Oh, one last thing. The background is going to be light in the video because I was genuinely getting ready to go do something, and so I went to go do that something, and then now I'm back and filming my intro, and now it's dark outside. So if you want to see how I created this makeup look, then just keep watching.
Okay, so I already primed my eyes with the Urban Decay primer potion, and then I already did my brows. So now I'm just going to go ahead and throw on Crème Brûlée by Makeup Geek all over my crease. And I'll just do that in windshield wiper motions and small little circles to buff that out. And then on my Morphe M441 brush, I will take Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek and just kind of place that and buff that out on the outer corner just to deepen up the outer corners of my eyes. This is kind of a warm reddish brown tone. And now I'm going to take Moracco on that same brush by Morphe and just place that right above Crème Brûlée to give it kind of a faded orangey effect. Moracco is really like a very orange, kind of a little bit of a burnt orange type of shade, but very orange. Now I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo pencil in the shade Milk and just smudge that on the inner portion of my eye, and then I will just take my ring finger and just smudge that out. Now I'm going to take this lightest shade in my NYX Pro Contour Palette. I'm not sure of the name, but it's just that really white satiny color in that NYX Pro Contour Palette, and I'm just going to put that on the inner portions of my eye just to make that really bright and not too shimmery, just a little bit of a satin finish. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going to take White Lies by Makeup Geek and just highlight my brow bone. I didn't want to do anything shimmery on my brow today. I wanted to keep it all matte, so that's why I'm using a white matte shade on my brow. With just some Scotch tape, I'm just going to place that right underneath my eye, leaving a little bit of room where the tape ends and where my eye meets. I leave a little bit of a gap so I can wrap around my eyeshadow to my upper eyeshadow. So I'm just going to place that there, and the reason why I did this way is because I wanted to demonstrate a different way to do eyeliner. I'm going to first go in with Urban Decay Blackout from the Naked 2 palette and just smudge that on the outer corner of my eye and take it, I'd say, about 3/4 of the way in. And that will create just like the littlest, tiniest baby wing. And then I will take my Maybelline Blackest Black Gel Liner, and I'll just kind of extend that wing out a little bit, because when I take the tape off, it will leave just like the tiniest little wing. So as you can see, it's just a tiny little wing. So I'll just extend that with some gel liner, or you can leave it really small. Either way, you really don't have to initially create a small wing. You can create a large wing to begin with, so you don't have to go over it with gel liner. But I had already planned to go back in with gel liner because I knew I wanted to place that gel liner over the top to kind of set that eyeshadow so it doesn't move or smudge. But either way, it's totally up to you. Do as you please. This is just another way, another method, because I know winged liner can be a difficult task. Now I'm going to take my Palladio liquid liner and just line that very inner portion of my eye that I didn't get with the gel liner. I connect it basically all the way to the tear duct. I just don't do it with the gel liner because I'm not very good at it, so I just use a liquid liner to accomplish that. Now I'm just going to take the Porefessional by Benefit face primer and just apply that all over my face. And with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick, I'm just going to apply that all over my face. And this is also in the shade Y325. And I'm just going to buff that out with my It Cosmetics Kabuki brush. With the Urban Decay Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the shade Light Warm, I'm going to conceal my under eyes, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin, and just blend that out with a damp beauty blender. And I do apologize for the floating object in my room. My mother bought me a balloon, a congrats balloon, and I had it sitting on my bed and failed to realize that it would be creepishly blowing in the background. So that's not a person, it's just a balloon. Now with my Sephora liquid drops, excuse me, I'm just going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones. And it totally looks like I'm hitting myself in the face when I do my left side. Yes, I'm totally hitting myself in the face. Now with the Morphe 06F palette. I'm going to just set all my concealed areas with the 2 shades on the far right side. Now with that Mally palette in the Pure Light Highlight, I'm just going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones. Oh my gosh, I did not realize how much I loved this highlight until I saw it on camera and I was away from sitting in front of this mirror. I love this highlighter. This is absolutely my new favorite highlighter. And now I'm just bronzing my face with I think it's the E52 brush. Oh, and that setting brush was the E48. And I just bronzed up my face using the bronzer shade in the Smashbox Contour Palette. And now I'm just placing some eyelashes. These are the Ardell Demi 120s. These are one of my faves. And now I'm just going to pop some blush on my on the balls of my cheeks with the Mally Pretty in Pink blush in that same palette. This blush is a really intimidating color, but it's so sheer that you really can't mess it up because it's not too pigmented. It's really sheer and it's very, very pretty. Now on a Morphe flat shader brush, I'm going to place Cocoa Bear underneath my lash line really, really tightly, and then taking Morocco, that orangey shade, I'm just going to buff that out. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of the name of this brush. I know it's a Morphe brush. It's some kind of precision brush. I'll have to look it up and leave it down below. And then on the inner corners of my eyes, I'm just going to take that same shade that we used from the NYX Pro Contour Palette, that white satiny color, and just place that on the inner corners. And now I'm just going to take my Loreal Telescopic and just give my lower lashes a nice thick coat. And now I am taking So Fetch with the from the Tarte lip paint and just putting that all over my lips. And this is the final result. Thank you guys so much for watching.